We are taking a look at how to add videos to Zype. We're not going to look over every part of how Zype functions, but we're going to get the basics down at least. You come in here to import and upload if you need to add a new video, and you can add it from any of these other sources, but typically at this point we're going to be uploading it directly. And so then you click upload and My Files, you select your file, and then that's pretty self-explanatory how that part works. Once it is uploaded though, then you get to this place where you have your videos here, and just because they are uploaded does not mean they are part of your library yet. And so then when you upload a video, you need to select it and add it to the library, or you could select a bunch at once if you have a bunch of them at once that you need to be doing. And then when it's in the library, that's where you start to make all your changes to it. Now, it might be that as that video uploads that you're able to do this at an earlier step. I haven't done it here for a couple of months, but if you don't get there in those earlier steps, you come in here, you have your video, and you click on it to go inside there. And you have a bunch of options up here. The ones that we are most concerned about are title, description, and categories. You want to make sure you have a reasonable title. Hopefully that's something that is intuitive and easy to get set up on there. And a description is ideal. It's certainly not essential, but it is ideal to get a description in place because that shows up on the video page. It's going to be helpful for SEO purposes, drawing people into that site in the first place. So having some kind of description is a good idea. One other thing that we do need here that I did not mention just then, we need a published at date. And for most of these, you can just do it as you go, but you need to have some published date here, and it doesn't have to, the exact time there isn't going to be too important, but you want to get that date right anyway. That helps to order them on our site, and if there is no date there, the video will not show up on our site. It has to have some date in that spot that is in today or in the past, or else it will be scheduled for some infinitely far time in the future. There must be some published at date. You come over here to categories, and you fill these in relatively intuitively. It should be that you always have some activity that you're choosing. Baseball, basketball, these are all in alphabetical order. Whatever it is, you select that sport. It could be more than one sport, and that's fine too. And then you need to choose the content type. It could be more than one, but typically it's not going to be based on my understanding of what's happening right now. In addition to that, then we have different schools, and you need to select which schools are a part of this. Most of the time, in this case it's not because it's focused on one team, but most of the time you're going to have more than one school because it's going to be about schools competing. Maybe not most of the time, but many times you'll have more than one, and that's totally okay to have two. And if there are two, then you select two or three or four or whatever apply. And then we have this Louisiana High School sports section here, and these are the districts that are being used right now. You choose one or the other, make sure that those are set. Right now that's not being used in too big of a way on the site, I don't think, but I think you'd be wise to get that set up as you go through here right now. If it's a series, you choose the series name. That would apply to docuseries or shows, either one. They're both down inside here, and you just choose the name of it. And then this is an episode that's from Mount Carmel Volleyball, so then it's the Pursuit Mount Carmel, and you put those together. Don't need to worry about this last YouTube channel down here. For monetization, then you want it to be set to require subscription. Hopefully it is by default, but if it's not, you can go ahead and set that on. Otherwise, anybody can watch it with or without a subscription. The thumbnail here is set by default to some screenshot. If you don't like it, look through here, choose one that looks better, or you can upload your own right down here. There's a preview over here. You can see what the video would look like if it was set up as you have it right now. Probably not going to worry too much about subtitles or content rules or segments. Also probably not going to worry too much about this. So that should be pretty much what you need. And once you make all those changes, you click Save Details, and then it should be that within a few minutes it's updated on the live website as well. If you ever find that it's not updating in a few minutes like that, let us know. There might be some hiccup in our process in some way. Just let us know and we'll get that worked out. But typically it should be within a few minutes. And then if you ever need to make a change in the future, you can certainly make the change just by going back inside there. But you can also make a change to several videos at once if you want to add a make them all docu-series or all highlights, or you can replace the values with this on there instead. Should be fairly easy to make those big changes if you ever need to. But of course, be careful. If you make a big change and it is not what you desired, then it is not very possible to undo it without manually going through and undoing it. So hopefully that gives you a basic idea of how to upload these videos. If you have any trouble, let us know. We're happy to help out. Should be relatively simple to provide any guidance that you would need.